Welcome to the fourth episode in the series Web3 Made Easy. In this episode, I will cover about identities, wallets and DApps, that is decentralized apps, which are essential to perform or execute transactions in Web3. Let me start with how Web 2.0 operates today. In today's Web 2.0 world, we execute transactions like buying or selling something, making money transfers, etc. by declaring our identity to the portal or mobile app on which we wish to perform our transaction and then telling the platform what transaction we want to make. The platform confirms our identity by verifying our login ID and password and then executes the transaction. This transaction is recorded in the database of the platform owner like Flipkart, Amazon, Uber, etc. And of course, the servers and this data is now owned by them. On the Web 2.0 platform, our money in wallets and any product we wish to sell or the information of our orders and transactions are linked with the login ID that we use. And the system always knows this fact from the database which maintains this relationship. In case of Web3, identities or login IDs and password are created using cryptography algorithms. The identity in Web3 is called blockchain address or simply address. The first time you join a Web3 network, it creates a wallet with a randomly generated private key, 256-bit integer, and an associated public key. This private key is of the utmost importance as it kind of acts like a password to your account and it should not be shared with anyone. Anyone who has your private key will gain access to your Web3 wallet and can perform transactions and even take away your tokens and cryptocurrency. Also, if you lose your private key, you will lose access to your wallet as there is no mechanism to reset this private key, which is unlike passwords today in Web 2.0, which can be reset if you forget them. The address serves as your digital identity and the private key as your password or digital signature. I also mentioned about a public key, which is derived from the public or the private key. The address is then derived from the public key through a cryptography algorithm and adding some additional metadata. So all the three units are connected together. However, there is an important point to note here. The private key cannot be derived through the reverse process and hence always remains secure with you. For making any transaction on the Web3 platform, you need to sign the transaction with your private key, which is automatically managed when you log into the platform. It's called digitally signing the transaction. The public key is published to all on the platform and is used to verify the signature. This validates that the transaction has come from a particular address since a private key public key combination is unique and only work together. The front end, also called as the blockchain client, is termed as the blockchain wallet. It stores the private key, public key and the blockchain address. The wallet communicates messages to and from the blockchain network or the Web3 network. When a transaction is initiated, the wallet signs the transaction with private key and follows the process as mentioned before to validate a transaction. DApps or decentralized apps are blockchain clients which use the same technologies to render a web page or a mobile app like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but communicates with the blockchain network instead of a server and also the smart contracts. We will talk about smart contracts in the next episode. So in this episode, I covered identity, wallets and DApps which are essential to understand how transactions are identified and executed on Web3 platform. See you in the next episode. Thank you.